let's continue playing Phoenix Point, where we have special mission. Oh. Well, that was kind of disappointing after that turn. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Obviously, there is something that happens here at some stage, but we are now exploring what has to be the Arctic. This has to be. Let's go reverse engineer a few things because we don't have anything else we can do, really. Come on. One more base here. We need to find something.
Construction complete.
Good news is we can now build now we've got the containment facility, we can go and try and capture some things. And we need to capture a siren, which is not going to be a happy moment, but you know. Now, I think that's more or less where there was one last time, but we're about to find out. Also one up there, which is definitely close to the Arctic Circle.
Research complete.
Explore. Come on, second base. No. We're going to study the growths.
You may or may not be aware that during the early stages of the spread of the Pandora virus, several of the founding members of Synedrian were part of an organization called the Firebird Initiative, studying ways of stopping the virus. My calculations suggest that the initiative could have significantly changed the course of human history, but unfortunately its operations were suspended after an eco-terrorist attack. Humans of that time appear to have had an irrational phobia of genetic technology, a pathology I unfortunately fail to understand. We have always believed that all of the initiative's research was lost, but we have recently unearthed evidence that suggests some of it was recovered. I'm sure you understand the immense value it could hold for our current projects. We don't know whether the person who took the research is still alive, but we have the coordinates of his last known location. If you could help us investigate, we would consider it a major step in the furtherance of our common goals.
We will assist you. Okay,
I am
seeing the
pleased.
Firebird.
That was the optimal projected outcome of this conversation.
Where is the Firebird? Alright, that's actually not too bad. We can definitely get there. In fact, that's actually a really good location in terms of things, because we can actually just make it over there once we're done with this. But more importantly than anything, we badly need this to be it.
Research complete.
Come on. Come on. One of these two. Then we've got to go back over here, because if it's on these islands, then we're doomed.
Research complete.
We have no more research we can do at this point. Come on. Give us this second base.
Scan complete.
Hallelujah! We are not alone. Alright. I am now so ridiculously happy. Alright. Bases. Phoenix Aeronautics. Let's repair the facility. Repair the facility. Repair the facility. So. Things we need to build. We've got living quarters. We need to actually build ourselves a med bay and a trading facility. So additional fabrication plants are useful. So that doubles up our production of things. I'm hoping that things would have jumped, although that might be required for other things. Hold on, let me just confirm things. We'd also build a second satellite uplink, and actually that's probably going to be useful enough because that's going to double our searching ability. We'll also build a food production facility. We're spending all of our resources, I know we are, but still. I'm not going to build another research lab just yet, but for now that should be good.
Construction complete.
Okay, so access lift is now done. Let's also set up an area scan, just on the off chance there is a passageway we can go here. We can actually go and jump straight across, which is nice. So we're not limited to do that. I think we want to try for that mission now. That's probably one of the safest bases in terms of the whole Phoenix project and where things are located. Obviously, we got the problems potentially here, but yeah, we're now really close to getting... Once that's online, I think we get the ability to optimize this. And we do have 2 living quarters. Why is it not... Well, we'll find out in a few moments, I'm sure. I did say go down to there, did I? Thank you. Right, let's go and get that S.T.E.V.E mission online. Okay, the Firebird Initiative missions. Begin. So we should be okay in terms of the amount of stamina we got. Equipment-wise, though, we have to do some swapping. So, medkit and capture device. Capture device. Capture device. You shouldn't need that many reloads, I've got to be honest, but still. You're probably our best suited person to go for these, in all honesty. And then that as well. Okay, so the only person without a capture device is going to be our heavy, which again is probably a good thing. Deploy squad. Okay, obtain the Firebird files. Where are the Firebird files? We also have a Chiron on the map. Joy of joys. Okay, so we know where they are. That's fine. We can move up for that.
Moving to
Let's
position.
move up and make a shot. Oh, that is a ridiculous shot.
Shot went wide.
So, yeah, not the best of things for us at this point, but by getting rid of that, we've made you able to see it.
Identifying target.
Gotta be honest, shooting its legs not really the best of plans. But equally, what else am I going to do with it? Let's run... Yeah, we need to start moving closer.
Target detected.
Oh boy, where are you? Okay, bigger problems.
Right there.
Bigger problems detected. Alright, we only have one sniper who's already made a move.
Let's go.
Advance. Overwatch.
Hold position.
Nudge you a little closer. Because, I mean, capturing one of these is still probably our best plan right
Moving to
now, but...
coordinates. Taking aim.
Only 10 damage to the head thus far. Okay. Move up. Let's put an Overwatch up, covering against the Chiron. We know it's going to move. They
Arms
move.
online.
They are
I'm on the move.
very much moving opponents. But yeah, I shouldn't have made that shot.
All set.
Alright,
Ready for action.
stand by. Stand by. Okay, and we got you to worry about as well. Alright, I think our priority is still... Oh, it's goo. Oh, that's the worst. We are pinned down with a Chiron in front of us. Floating barrels would have been nice there, although missing that probably wouldn't have helped us in the capturing front. Okay.
Arms online.
So we need to do something about this turn, really, and then we've got you to worry about as well. Well, this is going to be fun. Warcry wouldn't be the worst.
Aiming. Target missed.
That was an opportunistic shot, but it wasn't really a likely one. Shouldn't have gone for that. Should have gone for this first.
Acquiring target.
Alright, head disabled. Now we can go for some stuns.
Ready for action.
We know it's most likely going to use the medkit, so that's at least something going for us. So we can dash up and have a triple stun attack. And then die to exploded barrels. Well, strike one. Strike two. Strike three. Interestingly, we have other options with this, I think. Because we can
Pushing
run
on.
up, do a double dash. Alright, so we've got him up to enough stun damage to actually do this. Paralyzed. So our problem really now is dealing with the other bit. Okay, this thing. So... Again, I'd love to deal with the arm, but we'll take that damage.
Ready to
I
engage.
really don't want to make that shot, because that shot is a bit of a pain to us.
Missed.
Tell you what, if we can kill the machine gun then, I'll take that. I would absolutely take that. Warcry, because if nothing else, that should hopefully reduce the amount you can do, and you might decide to just go for the heal. Alright, good news is he was freed by the paralysis. I wasn't certain that he would be. Fortunately, we're going to have to take a round of shooting from the Arthurton. Which I suppose he could try and capture himself, actually, depending on how things go.
That's
Oh, maybe not.
a lot of blood.
That is very much a lot of blood. And you don't have a med kit for some reason, because I was foolish and didn't decided the sniper would be better suited for this.
Resting.
Heal myself. Right, so not out. We can also go for a quick aim sniper round. And as much as I'd love to capture you, I don't think it's worth the cost. Oh, actually, we can't. Darn it. Alright, so we still need to deal with the Chirin. Let's go for a secondary strike here. We got plenty of time because this thing has a ton of hit points. Oh, can we capture you as well? Oh, that could be fun. How much willpower you got? You got enough willpower to do this. So how many stuns would it require? Is a good question. If I'm gonna do this, I would... Oh, you can still move. Perfect. Alright, you are the gateway to getting this done. There we go. So... Dash up. Strike. Oh, that's a bad thought. I think we just remembered why we didn't do that. Alright, fine. Okay. Well, we've stunned him, but that's going to cost us now. So, priority then, deal with the Chirin, if we can. So... Move to cover.
Got a visual.
Wait, we have a second one? Oh, we have a second one. Deal with you then. Well, that didn't exactly deal with anybody. Right.
Taking aim.
Legend disabled, he's finished. So it's cost us one soldier, but that at least is a trade I can make.
Preparing to fire.
Let's say, yes, you make the shot through there. I'm quite amazed. You did. Well done.
I'm ready. Here.
So this is more in the certain and sure knowledge that we've got another siren coming up. Alright, 2 will points lost. Siren hits the mind control. So we absolutely have to deal with this turn, really. And no more willpower available for additional shots.
S.T.E.V.E.
Yeah, the Chirin's annoying, but not that annoying.
Steady. Hostile unharmed.
What's our move?
Is that the right one? Yeah, this is a siren we care about. Given this level of shooting, I think we still go for it, but... more damage done.
Preparing to fire. Missed. Just a bit off.
How much damage did we just do to everybody with that move? No idea.
Comms online.
Oh, it's down to just you then.
Confirming target.
And I think we prefer the 2 shots, so... We destroy the head, we at least mean we don't... Alright, no more. I mean, you could go for a grenade toss. What would be your range on that, admittingly? No idea. Probably not anywhere near good enough. Stand by. Oh, and there's a Triton in range as well. Twice. Yeah, torso disabled. Thankfully, counterattack. Jiren bolts over terrain and destroys itself. Okay. So I think we might try and rush for the victory condition at this stage.
I'm here.
Medkit on thyself. Gunning to oblivion. Alright, it's not dead. You are the closest person to being anywhere near able to get at this target, so what I think we're going to do instead...
No choice but to keep going. I need an angle.
Sniper do something. Yes, this stun siren is not in perfect condition for us.
I have a bad feeling
This is
about this.
awkward. I almost don't want to go for the Chirin at this point. Alright, let's make a willpower move, because we could actually probably grab it now, couldn't we? Given a little bit. Alright, no, we're going to prioritize here. We need to deal with things now, so... Deal with you. Let's go for torso damage, because if we can knock out the Pain Chameleon, that's probably a reasonable thing, although we'd need all 6 shots to hit.
On the mark.
Aiming.
Since you can't do anything else, we might as well fire this at you.
Target missed. Just a bit off.
And you're going to recover.
Recovering.
Interestingly, you can use your thing to get out of the goo, which I didn't realise you could do.
Let's see now.
Well, up and down we go. Good news is you should be able to make a dash for the target here. Because you're in panic. You have enough stun damage, thankfully, to try and get there. You can get to the objective next turn. Is the Chirin leaving? It might be leaving. Yeah, it's leaving. Good. And something's throwing a grenade at us. This is looking dangerous for keeping you, in all honesty. Alright, grab point. Then what do I have to do? Secure area. Okay, if we only have to secure area, I think we got this. In fact, we might be able to make a second capture here.
5 by 5. Moving to coordinates.
Okay, well that's fine. We kind of knew you would do something like this, but you're going to have another one.
Ready, Asian.
The capture. We caught a siren and we caught a triton. And we took some injuries doing it. And one unfortunate death as well. In the main, though...
Unexpected. The journal seems to suggest that the research was recovered by the Phoenix Project. I assume that you are unaware of this. Presumably due to the near collapse your organization suffered after the severe cutbacks of the early 21st century. Apparently, the surviving research was stored at a Phoenix base designated Storage Facility 4. Not a terribly inventive naming scheme.
We don't need inventive naming.
To complicate matters, before the collapse, the local government sold Storage Facility 4 to Abaddon Tusk, one of the billionaires that resulted from the old political system's malfunctioning distribution of resources, who turned it into a shelter for his company. Eccentric and possibly sociopathic to begin with, he has been driven to new extremes, styling himself Pirate King and leading violent raids on defenseless havens.
We will deal with this would-be king.
I calculate a 98% chance of armed conflict resolution.
So nice. Unfortunately, that isn't all we had to do with that, annoyingly. Still. We're going to go for those three next. Because additional damage is always got to be plussed. The man who would be king is there. Unfortunately, we are in rather severe need of additional troops. So, let's see what we can do. We can actually go and recruit you, since you're on the way. So we can get the specialist Disciples of Anu trooper. Or we could move for something else. I'm not sure it's going to be best for us. Are there any Synedrian bases nearby with advanced troopers we could go and grab? Not necessarily. There are a couple of scavenging sites nearby as well we could probably afford to deal with. So I guess we're heading to here then. And then once...
Synedrian Haven is under attack.
Where is this thing? No, we have no chance of getting to there, unfortunately. Well, let's head back, get to this Phoenix base. We will recruit the advanced soldier. And I guess we might as well trade some food, actually. Grab a bunch more materials. In fact, we might as well grab all of them. And then we'll head over here and do some repairs. So I was hoping we'd actually have the ability to upgrade these, but I'm guessing there's other requirements on it. Still. Could be worse. Let's go with that. And your proficiency is not necessarily a bad thing for these troops, but, you know. Secondary class. I mean, we could make him a heavy as well, which does have at least some pluses. And Warcry's definitely... Oh, okay. Alright, that was almost certainly worth it. So now, of course, he is heavy trained. So a remote grenadier. Actually, that might not be such a bad thing. It sounds a little silly, but why not? So he bashes people with hammer, and then he bashes people with grenades. Not bad at all. And also we have another level up from you, so let's go for that. We're not going to give you a sniper proficiency. We will, however, give you an extra point of willpower and an extra point of speed. Okay. So, you, Virus. trooper by the look of it. Which is potentially fine. Okay, so we need to obviously heal up. Let's just do a quick personnel swap because almost certainly we can do better than that. You can go back to Phoenix Point. You can head into the Thunderbird. And then it's just a case of getting enough stamina back to be able to do the mission. Okay. So the man who would be king of the pirates.
Scan complete.
Okay. S.T.E.V.E wants him stopped. We will attempt to stop him. Equipment-wise, what are we low on ammo? You... Might as well reload you. You seem fine. You seem okay. Trying to work out if we should have actually given you the grenade, but I'm happy with our current configuration, actually. Yeah, being a specialist berserker grenadier seems like it does have some reasonable upsides, and we know grenades are useful from the last time we did this sort of thing. Kill all enemies. Okay, we have arrived. We also see two snipers in immediate range. And not an awful lot of cover available. Actually, who can shoot them?
What's our plan?
Our plan is currently wonder why... Oh, there we go. Plan currently wonder why you can't actually shoot at them. Now, partially because of their cover, but let's see if we can take the arm out. Taking the arm out of a sniper actually means they're down to just pistols, so there's at least that going for us.
5 by 5.
No easy cover available. And this facility is huge. This is a Phoenix base on its own. At least we know what our base defense missions are going to start looking like. Before we get into the question of do we actually have higher level things, but... Okay, well, let's set up an Overwatch to cover that.
Holding position.
Instill Frenzy. So, increasing speed by 50, making them immune to panic. And again, is a bit of a meleeist. Okay. Let's set an Overwatch up here. So with the speed increase, we can actually get quite a bit closer to them.
On the double.
Let's move up. And obviously panic immunity is not a bad thing. Alright, so you're obviously grenadiering. So what can we actually do for range? Actually, range isn't too bad. It's not quite there, but it's not bad considering. Let's run you up to here. And hope that the area back here is secure, actually, come to that. Let's have a dash move, get you into position. Should probably actually move to there, but you know.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Ready to fire.
Here we go.
Move back in just so we got defense set up. Stand by. Stand by. Yeah, I don't really have any cover, do I? Guess move up to here, have an overwatch on the sniper positions. And in the very extreme case,
I got this covered.
Let's get moving.
well, they have to make it. That means they got their sniper back. That sniper they moved into position is not in a great way. A little bit of torso damage.
Enemy spotted.
And they have a heavy. Okay. So this is where grenades are going to be useful. They have 2 heavies. Okay.
I'm ready.
Extremely happy we packed these grenades. In all honesty, that looks like a great position. Yeah. Go for it. Alright, so you are extremely wounded. And we can war cry as well, so we reduce their ability to do things. In fact, you might not even be able to shoot now. So, overall, that was a great turn. Yeah, can't do too much, unfortunately, here, but you never know. Right. So,
Preparing to fire.
let's have a look at what the armor position is like here. So we could do a good amount of damage. Legs are nearly out. Head is out, of course. We could actually kill the torso. Quick aim. Torso out. Panic. In fact, multiple panics, but oh no, that's war cry. Of course it is. So still have to do a little more damage to get the overall kill, but this is why we have
I'm here.
you in position, I think. There's no overwatches to worry about, so let's move to here. And we are going to aim in such a way that we might just plow through multiples.
Try again.
Double kill. Yeah, back we go.
I'm ready.
So we obviously do have a grenade as an option here. So sniper, 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 and sniper. So they shouldn't be massively happy with sort of, say, moving up and getting into close range. So let's bring our armored person forward here. We are going to go grenade. And we're going to toss that grenade there. Go for some armor damage. Wow! Did take out at least 1 arm as well, so that's something you can return. Obviously could have increased the range, but fine.
All set.
Alright, so with people wounded, question comes, moving up and taking an additional shot. Which seems like an okay plan. You might get targeted, but
I've got a visual.
okay, so it's the Berserker style of thing. Good to know that there is one of those around and where it is. Right. So if we can take out either of the arms, then we can do some things. In all honesty, though, given the amount of armor that's left here... well, I'll stick with that. Overwatch, and guess we keep a sniper on Overwatch at this point.
Moving to coordinates.
We'll make them move to us here. We don't want to be... They might shoot our sniper is the only downside of this plan. But...
I'll keep my eyes open.
But we've got 4 points, so I can actually go quick aim. Yeah, quick aim and Overwatch. See if we can take another one of them out. Or at least do significant damage. And Overwatch covering the first wave of them, because I don't think we want to deal with the rest of it. I said no running away. And taking out the arm as well, and I think you were one of the people with a gun, so...
My turn.
I got this.
Do you though? Who was that a shot at? Oh. Did you hit your own guy in the back? It looked like you hit your own guy in the back. I might be wrong. That's what it looked like to me. Okay. So, again, we got another heavy. That means I should probably see if we can deal with him with things. Yep, Berserker's on the way. Plop a grenade there. Also had the happy advantage of removing cover as well.
What's our move?
Good question, actually. We do need to deal with the heavy, because he's the one person who's got a gun that could potentially cause us some problems. You don't have a position at the moment. You do, but you can only really hit the other sniper. On that basis, it's probably not a bad idea to make the shot. Okay, so that one's dead. No need to really worry about him. Unfortunately, you being a meat shield here is not helping us with that, so I think we are going to make the same move we did last time with you. Move in, take the shot, aiming at the guy behind you, really. And unfortunately, colliding with their armor.
Moving to coordinates.
Because obviously, you have a ton of it.
I'm ready.
Okay, good shot. So now we should be able to deal with you with whoever. Got to be aware there is a sniper around the corner. Got to be aware that we got a berserker on the way. But currently,
I'm going.
it's looking pretty good for us.
Identifying target. That's a kill.
And then really, we're just getting an Overwatch in place just for the berserker, who we assume is going to be meleeist. You can't do a lot, so that's fine. You could Warcry, but I think the only one that it's going to affect is the sniper. We're fairly certain he's dealt with anyway. So let's just position up and ready. Oh, you've got an Overwatch as well, actually. You have all your movement. Come to that. Unfortunately, you don't have any targets right now, so we're just going to set the Overwatch up and wait and see. Berserker Rage! Also, ow, my arm. Oh, we've actually hit. That's annoying. Well, I mean, I imagine they would, because they're snipers, of course, but, you know.
Ready to rumble. You're gonna get it now. This is bad.
should be running away at this point. You are bleeding far too much.
Here we go.
Oh, multiple berserkers. Okay. Well then, I guess we're on grenade plan again.
Executing.
Grenade. Mobile grenade, you can occasionally bash things over the head. Extremely good.
On the
The
move.
fact they haven't set up any Overwatches just means you are raking
Ready
in the
to
kills
fire.
right now. Wish I could see behind you, but
Hostile down.
stand by. So you're panicking. You think everything is fine. You need to go and inventorize and get yourself healed, because that is extremely
I
important.
just need to catch my breath.
160. And then got a pistol if you want to watch with it. Shots made, but not a lot of effectiveness. Quick aim.
Preparing to fire.
So, I mean, they're fairly consistently armoured regardless of where they are, so I think we're just going to take out... Aim for the arm. That's the hammer-wielding arm, but I imagine they have a way around that. Can then go with a couple of pistol shots and see what happens here. In fact, a couple of pistol shots in my leg would be lethal, so...
Kill confirmed.
Okay, nicely done.
What's our move?
Moving to
Your
coordinates.
move is move up. Take the kill, I think. Right, so he's basically dead as of when the turn resolves itself.
Here.
You are going to move... I wish I could have moved you, actually. So a pistol watch for the sake of it. Yeah, so what is our next real objective from here, I guess? We'll move you to a safer position at this point, I think. Stand by. Stand by, stand by, stand by, and... Yeah, I've only got a pistol.
Let's do
We
this.
move, though. We've had a couple of shots that come around and hit, so I just want to be careful with this. Oh, you have actually got regeneration and healing on yourself. You also move to a higher level to bleed to death.
I
Look
need
at it.
a moment.
Ow.
Just a bit off.
So that could potentially be a problem. You only have 6 health left, but, you know. But, you know, this is ultimately why we have the hammer. Strike. I've been bashing instead of striking. This thought has only occurred to me just now, admittingly, but, you know. Have I been doing the wrong bloody thing all this time? I might well have been. Alright, we'll move you up.
All set.
So we need to move towards the sniper at this stage. Also, could do with getting you covered, but... So Overwatch setup. We don't have any wounds to really worry about at this point. I guess the question is, do I want to go and pick things up? Which I could do.
Moving.
Yeah, just a couple of Jericho guns. Yeah, it's position here. I have a feeling this is done, but I just want to obviously be sure of things.
Holding position.
You, of course, need to medkit, which means we're going to move you over to here. And
Providing
medkit.
medical attention.
And yeah, unfortunately, with the arm disabled, you can't really do too much else.
Moving.
But if we only got one more sniper to deal with, this seems good for me. So, stand by. Up top Overwatch, I think. Well, I think you're getting bashed in the face now. Where are you? Can you actually even get to him?
I'm here.
Apparently not, but you are bleeding to death anyway, so we're not too concerned. Move up.
Taking aim. Hostile down.
5 by 5. Taking aim.
And is this another base capture? Because I quite like it to be. I'm depressed of the little experience we got for that, given that was a major mission, but oh well.
So something has survived of the Firebird initiative after all. Stas and Nikolai will be pleased to hear that. They founded the initiative, you know, back in the days when our disagreements went tearing us apart. Strange to think of two people who love each other so much being on opposite sides. But there I go, involving you in Synedrion drama again. Now, look. Anything you share with us will be shared with everyone. But there's tremendous symbolism to who you share it with first. Our whole internal discourse is increasingly being defined by the polyphonic tendency and the terraformers. And what you choose to do may affect who comes out on top in this debate.
Oh, is it better? Okay, hold on. We don't do Synedrion drama.
A sensible solution. I wouldn't know how to choose either. Both sides are equally convincing and equally annoying.
Phoenix base restored. Oh, we have a third seat. We have a third base. Base info. Okay, so we might as well repair the research laboratory. We might as well research that and repair this. Okay, so what we need in this base really is a training facility and a medical bay, because currently they can't heal where they are at the moment. Okay. So I think we want to move you back to Phoenix Point, just for healing purposes. We also...
Research complete.
Power plant, energy increased by 50%, Synedrion battle armor.
Research complete.
Research output... Oh, research increase.
Research complete.
We now have the Helios, laser weapons,
Research complete.
neurotoxins,
Research complete.
A new S.T.E.V.E, poison weapons,
Research complete.
nanotech,
Research
and the infiltrator class, which is sneaking and crossbows and things. Okay. Well, that's worked out quite well for us, actually. I think motion detection modules seem quite good. So let's use a couple. Let's make 3, because I think we've got 2 snipers, and obviously that will cover us for the future as well. Okay. So head back home, and then we need to work out how to get that even further up, and then we need to obviously see about the other sides in this faction as well. We also could do with finding a 3rd base if we can. Various bits and pieces under construction, and we would love to be able to have some more troopers. For some reason, though, we're not getting them, even though we have living quarters in multiple places. I guess there's a few other things we need first. Still, equipment-wise, though... Oh, it's a mount. Oh, in that case, it might not be worth the... That's a good question here. Is it actually better on the snipers? Because, while they would detect people, they're the ones at long range anyway. We prefer this on the troopers, surely. Still, useful stuff to have. Vehicle-wise, we can build one of these as well, which, again, we're probably not going to. S.T.E.V.E and Cult only have 5 spaces, I'm just realising, but they are faster by the look of it. Well, stuff and things to work out. Also, with power consumption that high, I think we can actually demolish one of the energy generators. That means we can build something else there. Not sure what we want to build there right this second, it has to be said, but yeah, we'll work that out as we go. Right, well, we've been on this for nearly an hour. We have 3 bases now. I remember the time when we only had 1 and we're desperately trying to find things. Obviously, we still would expect there to be more stuff there. We obviously have additional bits and pieces of information. We have 2 informations that want us to finish this vivisection in 3 hours. And then the psionic madness can continue and continue on. But we shall see how this goes. Actually, what we should do... Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Well, we'll worry about things in a moment. Until the next time, folks.